All right, so then I've never actually worked with one of these machines. Usually I mix it all by hand. I have a fork and a whisk, and I just go at it for about 3 or 4 hours until it's whipped up enough. But you know, for the sake of brevity. Here we are, guys, at Cake by Courtney on Instagram. She is incredible. Look at these cakes. Well, Rich and I decided that this week we were going to pick one at random. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And we are going to have a head-to-head competition decorating this rainbow cake. Now, this cake is also special because it was featured on Kelly Clarkson's TV show. This is a very, very famous cake. Richard and I have zero experience decorating cakes, and we thought it'd be a very fitting head-to-head challenge. So here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna have 15 minutes to decorate this cake from scratch without looking at any of her amazing tutorials. So we are going into this completely blind. Then you guys will vote on the winner. So you'll comment down below this video, Dave or Richard, based on who you think should win this challenge. And we have decided that the loser is going to have a severe punishment, which is going to be revealed at the end of the video. So be sure to stick around, vote, and see what their fate is. All right, let's get to it. First, Richard's gonna walk us through baking a cake, not from scratch, but from a box.
You gotta do it right. I mean, Betty Crocker, that's what I'm using. Dave's using this cheap stuff. I think it's like Food Club, like some, I don't know, is that like Walmart brand, Dave? So I'm gonna dump these in here. We're doing a 3-layer cake. Oh, I should probably only do one at a time. So I'm just gonna do one. I was gonna dump all 3 mixes in, and that would have complicated things. So, you know, we've got our mix in here, and then according to this box, it says that I'm supposed to put in vegetable oil. So I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup. And that looks like liquid, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a liquid measuring cup here. Because if you do a dry measuring cup with liquid, everything goes haywire. Like everything goes ski-wampus. So we're gonna come in here, and then when you're pouring this oil, when it says 1/2 cup, that means you go to the one that says 1/2. Okay, that's how I know it's 1/2 cup. I'm gonna pour that in here. That's good right there. So then you take that oil, you mix it in here with this, you know, whatever that cake powder is. It's a powder of some kind, I guess. After we've got that, it says to put 3 eggs in. And that's where we get these bad boys right here. And we don't mess around with eggs. Like a lot of people go with small or medium eggs. We get the big hens. You're gonna notice people that haven't cracked a lot of eggs don't know how to do it as well as I do. And that's okay. But once you've cracked enough eggs, like I make scrambled eggs, I've even made omelets. Once you've done that enough, you kind of know the game. This is called a whisk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this whisk. Looks like we do need some water. Okay, so we're gonna get a cup of water. That was close. We're gonna drop this in here. See that? Now we're gonna grab this whisk and we're gonna mix it around. See how I'm mixing that? See how it's yellow? That tells you that you put the eggs in there. That's how you know it's yellow. Okay, so now we've got our mix here. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna pour it into, this looks like it could be let's just guess, maybe 9 by 13. Then we're gonna dump this in here like this, like so, and we have it ready to go in the oven. Good luck matching that, Dave.
Now it's my turn to walk us through making the frosting. All right, guys. Obviously, mine's gonna be better than Richard's because I'm a better cooker than he is. I've baked my fair share of cake. The secret to baking cakes is, Richard says it's speed. He's obviously wrong. Secret to baking cakes is to be really good at baking cakes, which I happen to be good at that exact thing. So this works out really well in my favor. Once you add all the butter, turns out this is salted butter, so it might be a little bit salty. It's fine. There's really almost no difference between salted butter and unsalted butter. Like the only difference is like the salt, whether it has it or not. That's it. So it's not even that big of a thing. Next we got some vanilla. Drizzle some of that in there. Yep, that's probably fine. And then we've got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, so then I've never actually worked with one of these machines. Usually I mix it all by hand, but you know, for the sake of brevity. So what happens there is that's fine. That happens. And what you do then is you just put it back in, and you do it more slowly next time. I went to a 2. That's medium. We're gonna want to go to a 1. So we're just. So the only downside to sifting the powdered sugar that way is that you end up making a little bit less frosting. So we're gonna have to be creative. So maybe we water it down. Maybe we add a little bit of water, thin it out. Maybe some milk. So we're gonna go ahead and just a touch of milk to make up for the powdered sugar that kind of went everywhere, because we want to make sure that we replace the volume, equal parts volume of ingredients. So we're just gonna add a dash of milk here. I think that's really gonna help stretch that out. And yeah, that's perfect. You hear that sound? That's the sound of a really, really good frosting. It kind of squelches a little bit. That's what you want. All right, guys, so we got our cakes all ready. Frosting is made, except for food coloring, which this cake has a lot of different colors of icing. So here's the deal. We each have 15 minutes to complete our cake, all the decorations. We've got to mix our own food coloring. We've got to pipe it on, however that works. And we'll see how we go.
You guys are going to let us know who looks more like Cake by Courtney. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
3, 2, okay, we're going.
All right. Oh, man. Shouldn't be like that.
Oh, that's kind of, I'm realizing at this point this frosting's a little bit thicker than what I'd actually like. But these are, you know, it's
well,
not
you got
a problem.
Oh, snap. Is this mine? I think you sabotaged. Look at this. You're gouging holes in my cake.
Overnight. That's why we left them overnight.
Come on, dude. We gotta hide this one somewhere. Should have added the milk like I told you. Secret. This is just pure experience paying off.
Look at this.
I can tell that I am going to win already.
I think you have a shot.
Actually, I think I need to go easy on this because I don't have any
You're
left
running
for the
out.
rainbow. I'll have to make more. I don't have no.
See, what Dave's not mentioning here is that he pushed me off the Bosch really fast. Didn't allow my frosting to become whippy.
No.
And now I'm here dealing with chunks.
Shoot, I forgot. I gotta like cement.
But that's
these.
okay. You forgot? Oh man. See, that's when it pays to be a veteran.
Over.
That's when it pays to be a veteran, y'all.
Just kind of glop it on. Oh,
right now.
Okay, it's nothing that can't be covered up by frosting. Frosting is the cure-all, everybody.
See, I'm sure, you know, when Courtney started, this is what it looked like, I'm sure.
I'm sure she had some level of talent, though.
You think?
Yeah, I would assume.
See, I
would assume there was something there.
Might be true. Okay.
Something.
I feel like we're finally getting into a groove here. Problem with this one is it broke in half. So my wife once told me that cakes are like glue, or frosting is like glue. So we should be totally fine. So let's get the glue in between the two to hook them together. Push these together like glue.
See, this is looking real nice.
Okay.
Real good. I need to steal some of this back though, because I won't have enough for my rainbows.
Well, next time you try and blow all the powdered sugar out of the Bosch.
That's a technique.
This is what cake bakers don't tell you. When they're making it, it looks exactly like what we've done. Like, it's a mess while you're making it. But the end product is gonna look beautiful, and that's what you're gonna notice here with our cakes as well. Is it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Yeah, that's right. Wow, I am really running low on frosting here. Scrape it off the top here.
If somebody were to look at this and look at Courtney's at this point, it's starting to look, you know, like there's not that big of a difference. But at the beginning, it was like, yeah, you would probably think, oh, that's never going to turn into anything beautiful. Luckily, we're getting there.
Okay. All right. Okay. How'd she get those swirls? This is going to be interesting. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Feeling good about this. So here's what we're going to do.
A neat little baggie.
I don't have a lot of frosting left. So I'm going to have to ad-lib here a little bit.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Trying to throw me off my groove? What's going on?
So I'm just going to do what Dave's doing at this point. I think we're going to go ahead.
It's like Fort Knox getting into these food coloring thing.
We're going to just put this down here, right? Down towards the bottom. Oh no.
6 minutes.
It's all stuck in here. So do we need food coloring?
Nope. No, you're good. You don't
Oh,
need it.
gel. Gel, that's what I need. I'm going to go with this color.
Okay, well this is a failed, this is not good. That didn't work at all. How she gets those swirls and the rainbows, but it's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna get going here on the swirls.
No,
He's laughing now. He has no idea what's coming.
So we're just gonna take a little bit of yellow, make it into a kind of rainbow shape here. I think I'm onto something. Forget the piping bags. Nobody got time for piping bags. What the? You're not even frosting. You're not frosting. The rainbows have to be frosted.
Dave?
Talk about shortcuts if I've ever seen them.
It's not all about the taste, folks. Part of it's the presentation, and that's where I'm getting the edge right here. See, by the time Dave's done with his, you're not even gonna know he was going for a rainbow.
No, whatever.
But mine, it's gonna look like an authentic St. Patty's, like you're gonna believe a leprechaun is at the end of this thing. That's how real it's gonna look. With a pot of gold.
You don't even know.
3 minutes.
How many rainbows are on this thing? Man. Get in as much gel as
At this
possible.
point, okay, we're gonna get one more of these guys. I'm gonna go purple on this one.
Oh, minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Gotta finish the purple here. Then we need to get some of the clouds. Hey, you're kind of in my space.
Whatever.
Okay. Got this. Then for the clouds, just for the lack of time, we're just gonna do finger dabs here. Get a little cloud there. A little cloud there.
Here, purple.
A little cloud on top.
Just get as much gel of that as you can.
Get it on all the different sides though, so you know that these clouds, here are all the rainbows. Oh, look who's copying who now, Dave.
accents.
Look who's copying
I did the
who.
original rainbow.
All right.
And-
Everybody will know who the originator of that
No.
theme was.
No.
27 seconds.
My rainbows are almost clouds in and of themselves.
At this point now, let's get some clouds and then let's cover any parts of the cake that are not that well covered.
Okay, at the buzzer, we gotta be done.
Okay.
I feel you
Okay,
can't
let's
eat
do an
straight.
actual.
You can.
Let's put it on a cake platter and come out and do an actual pitch now with our cake.
All right.
And, You don't talk about my cake. I won't talk about yours.
What?
We'll do our own pitch.
All right.
Okay. So this just happened. But you know what? Unfortunately, you guys didn't see this fall off. Like, literally, I was just sliding it over and the whole thing just dumped over. In life, when bad things, even bad things happen to good people. And I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna mope about it. I still think I have a chance. But, you know, when life gives you rotten grapefruit, you make lemonade. That's my thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let's get a spatula. We're gonna try and... Ready for this? And I hope that the people voting, like, they'll look at what happened while I was building it and they know. You guys know.
All right, guys, here's my cake. I'm especially excited to present this because I didn't try and slide the cake dish across the counter and watch it, tumble over. Presentation to me is everything. I take it very seriously. And, for those that maybe don't, maybe they're a little bit flippant. They don't value your time. Maybe they ends up being a little bit more clumsy. So I wanted to make sure you knew that my presentation to you is of utmost importance to me. That's where I derive all of my joy.
I'm not gonna sit here and go on a sales pitch about how, Dave's looks like a glob of unicorn on top, or that you have no idea that he was actually putting rainbows on the side. Like, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into the fact that his just flat out looks terrible. Like, I don't wanna go there. Like, I don't wanna focus on the fact that his really has no chance against mine unless I dump mine upside down. Like, I'm not gonna go there.
So I really wanted to capture the essence of this cake. What is this cake? What is any cake? Well, cake is just a dessert. But this cake specifically is all about St. Patrick's Day. It's about rainbows and the pot of gold at the end of those rainbows. And if your rainbows are just gross looking, food coloring gel streaks, then it's just not really worth that much.
Okay, so as I was creating the cake, I really wanted the aesthetics to be there. That's why I went straight for the gel. I didn't try and mix the gel with the frosting. I wanted it to be clearly distinguishable that these were rainbows on the side.
What I wanted to do is represent that our lives are fluffy and buoyant and hopeful through actually using frosting on the rainbows themselves. So I didn't get all the colors on there, and this gel you see here is actually just a highlight. It's not like the rainbow itself. It's just, disregard what I said earlier, but it's actually just kind of like shading. It's like shading like when you draw a picture.
Some of the details you guys might have noticed as I was, initially is the cloud work that was brought on here. There was a cloud at the very top, but that got smashed when the cake got flipped over on its head. But everything else, these clouds, they're still there.
The rainbows are very fluffy, they're very light. The cloud, I view, instead of clouds at either end of the rainbows, I really view the whole cake as a giant cloud. And so it's just kind of like, it's like 10x rainbow cake.
There's meaning in everything. And you can look at the top of this cake and think, that looks horrible. Or you could look at this and think, this cake really is representative of our lives. Rarely do our lives go smoothly. Rarely do things always go perfectly. And if we look at it through that lens and think about the fact, you know what? This was a perfect cake at one point. There was a mistake made, but, we can rectify those mistakes. So
she has a lot of rainbowy colors on top. And so I wanted to add, a dash of green, a little bit of pink, some purple, some orange, some blue, some of the colors we didn't really get a chance to explore in the rainbows down here. And I really wanted to just create, so if you can just see, right on top, that's actually a rainbow shape on top, one giant rainbow.
So I hope people will look at this through, the proper lenses of what this truly is and not just look at the aesthetics of the top of the cake when they're voting. Anyway, vote for Richard. All right, guys, so at the beginning of this video, we promised you that whoever wins gets to give a punishment to the other. Dave's gonna explain what that is.
The loser is going to have his very own cake smashed into his face by the winner. Here's how the vote will work. You comment down below with Dave or Richard, and then we're going to tally up all of the votes in the comments below. So make sure you go in and vote for who is the winner. We will post a video of the loser getting his cake in his face. So be sure to tune in, subscribe so you're notified when that video comes out, and see if you voted for the winner.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
So for all you husbands out there,
For all of you mothers out there,
work
for you, for the aunts,
tirelessly.
the uncles, really everyone.
Just
Do
understand
you relate to this cake? Or
that
have you been here?
nothing is perfection.
Have you
Anybody could put this mess
we've
together.
let ourselves down?
But if you put
about
your
St.
all
Patrick's Day.
into everything that
At the
you
end
do,
Think about St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is not about the rainbow, it's about the leprechaun. And what does the leprechaun find at the end of the rainbow? He finds a pot
leprosy.
of gold.
See, this looks like
leprosy.
skin flaking off the arms. This is
This is a pot of gold. Who
I don't
chose
think
the
so.
yellow cake? Answer that one, Dave.
okay.
What color
Well,
is gold?
we will let you guys decide
You know what to do.
who
You
wins.
know what's right.
Vote with your
We'd
heart.
love a vote.
Comment below.
He'd love a vote.
Dave,
I would love a vote.
Obviously,
I wouldn't
Dave.
just love a vote. I'd appreciate.
you don't
a
even
vote.
need to know his
I
name
remember the people
because you're not
that
going
vote
to
for
comment
me.
it down below the
I
video.
remember them.
Dave
I
is the only
cherish
name
them.
you need to remember.
I
You comment that
will
below
remember you.
because this just reminds you
I may have
of
never met you.
every attempt you've
I
made
don't necessarily know your
to
name.
make something better of your life.
But when you vote for me,
And this,
you can. why you gotta kill my momentum there, man? It's killing my momentum.
it's an act.